Welcome back, everyone. Today, I'm inviting you to walk with me right here in our garden. In this front garden, we have different varieties of vegetables. We have three kinds of kale: curly kale, scarlet kale, and dinosaur kale. We also have four Nagasaki long eggplants and seven raspberry liana tomatoes. This is our Hass avocado, which I put shade cloth to protect it from the sun. As you can see, lots of the leaves had been sunburnt and now they're starting to produce new growth. This is our calamundin, or in Filipino, calamansi. Recently, I transplanted three black beauty eggplant in this area. They're still struggling to grow because it's been very hot, so I put cardboard and also the shade cloth. Moving on, in this area, we have our lemon tree. Hopefully, we'll get lots of harvest this season. And we have here three San Marzano tomatoes. Most of the tomatoes, they're starting to produce flowers. In this 15-gallon container, we have our potatoes. They're already flowering, which means there's guaranteed harvest. And this one is our fava beans. This one was direct sowed end of fall, and now there are beans that are ready to be harvested. This area, we planted some super sweet corn. At first, we direct sowed them, but the gopher found its way here and eat all the seeds. They're also been digging the garden, so we just planted transplants. This is our orange. We haven't had any harvest yet from this plant, from this tree, and hopefully this season we'll be able to get some orange from that tree. In this second raised bed, we have four watermelon. They're struggling because the earwigs, they've been eating the leaves. What we will do is we will harvest all the fava beans. We will also chop the plant and we'll just leave it in the raised bed so that it will serve as a mulch while waiting for the seedlings to grow bigger and stronger before they can be transplanted in these two raised beds. And we will also be removing the soil because the gophers are here, so we will put some chicken wire. Everything looks so neat now. We'll just leave these fava beans in these two raised beds, and this is our harvest. In the other side of the house, we still have more plants here. This is our peach tree, which we recently planted end of December. More tomatoes in this area, San Marzano tomatoes, and we have two Nagasaki long eggplants in its third season. These are overwintered twice already. Broccoli, and I just made this as a sacrificial plant for the worms to eat instead of attacking the leaves of our tomato plants. At the back, we planted some taro. We have few taros in this area because me and my wife, we love laing. It's a Filipino dish. Thai chili pepper. We have few plants in here. Still taro. They are sprouting really good. We have here San Marzano tomato and our Armenian cucumber that was planted in this area together with the garlic. So we have few garlics in this area, and this is the third Armenian cucumber that we planted. In this part of the garden, we have lots of growth in here. I applied wood chips in most part of the garden because it keeps the soil moist and allows air circulation. More garlic. These are silver white variety soft neck garlic. We have our sweet potato that always sprouts when it starts to warm up. These are onions, white Creole onion variety. They are short day onion, and we have two butternut squash in this area, which will utilize this trellis for it to crawl and grow. Under the trellis, we still have more garlic. We have tomato and another two butternut squash. More tomatoes. This is a Roma tomato. And we have here our white Creole onion. Most of them have started bulbing already. So I stopped fertilizing. Instead, I'll just keep the soil moist so that they'll grow a nice sized onion. In this part of the garden, we have two tomatoes on both ends, and we have more onions in between. This one is Early Girl Texas Grano variety. It's also a short day onion. We have here bitter gourd that will utilize this trellis for it to grow and spread. And we have here more onions. These are Texas Grano, and that's the first onion that bolted. So hopefully that's the first and the last. This is another Roma tomato as well as more onions. In this 27-gallon container, we have two tomatoes, and we put some in-bed vermicompost so that the worms will have some food, and in return, the worms will feed our plants. So another tomato in this container. If you notice, we planted a lot of tomatoes because they're delicious. They're delicious to make some spaghetti sauce. We have two bitter gourd in this area, and beside it are our cilantro. This plant, I don't know what it's called, but it belongs to a bean family. In the Philippines, we call it cardis. More tomatoes planted in the container. They're growing really good. They're really healthy, really lush and green. We have three gourd or upo in this area. It's the same area that we planted upo last season. So this time we planted three. And they're growing really nice. And as you can see, the other ones already reached the top. So it will use that gazebo for its trellis. So we have more tomatoes, and most of them are flowering. Last year, we made a lot of tomato sauce from our harvest, and we also have remaining tomatoes in the freezer. So that's pretty good. In between these tomatoes, we have some peppers, and I'm not quite sure because we have two varieties that I forgot to label. We have King of the North sweet pepper and also Corbachi pepper. So we'll see once they start producing from fruits. Some fruits will know what their variety is. In here we have three 10-gallon containers that were planted with potatoes. And as I've said a while ago, most of the potatoes are flowering. So we have a guaranteed harvest from these plants. In this second raised bed, we have 6 apricot zebra tomatoes. These are indeterminate. These are very delicious. They're crisp, sweet, juicy, and we have here one pepper in that area. In between these tomatoes, we have some carrots and also onions. The carrots are already developing some size, but they're not yet quite ready to be harvested. So I'll just leave it there. And we planted chayote on the ground. So hopefully it will become more stronger and it can take the heat, because once it's in the ground, it can source more water from the ground. As I've said, it's getting pretty hot, so we've been having some unwanted visitors just like these mice. Under the patio cover, we have more tomatoes as well as potatoes. They're growing pretty nice, very healthy, looks very lush, and most of them are already flowering. Hopefully by the end of April, we will be able to harvest all our potatoes. These are our cabbages, and if you, as you can see, there are lots of holes on the leaves because I made this as a sacrificial plant. The worms are attacking these plants instead of attacking our other vegetable crops such as our potatoes and tomatoes. These are potatoes that were planted late and now they are sprouting. And we have more garlic in this 27-gallon container. This garlic, I bought the seeds from the store, so these are grocery bought garlics. And as you can see, they're starting to form some bulbs. Finally, we will check our seedlings that we are hardening off here at the back. We have few peppers. These are two varieties, Corbachi peppers and sweet peppers, bell peppers. We have few eggplants, Black Beauty and Nagasaki long eggplants. We have two kalabasa or the sweet mama kabucha squash. And we have one remaining tomatoes. We are also propagating some sweet potatoes that we are be planting in the pot once we harvest our potatoes. So that's it everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching.